welcome to a new series called F1 Ranked Liveries, and today we're going to be talking about Haas F1 team. Right, if you enjoyed the video, thank you, enjoy listening. Number 9, I have put the 2019 C. The reason it's got C at the end is because I've got 3 versions. There's the original version, the mid-season version, and then the version that after they lost the livery. They kept the black and gold, but the sponsor was gone, and to me that made it look really tacky. It shows you how much a sponsor can make to an F1 car. Number 8, I have put the 2016 B. I can't give too much stick to this one because it was their first car, but it's further down the list and it's called B because at the start of the season the car was actually slightly different. It was shiny, and then mid-season they took away the shine and it was just a normal grey. I'm one that prefers the shine to the cars, and that's why I've put that one further down the list to the A. Number 7, I have put the 27B. The reason it's a B is because mid-season they changed the red on the car to a white. Me personally, I preferred the red because it shows up better. White and grey on an F1 car to me does not look that good, and I know what they were going for, and at times it actually did look nice, but compared to all the other car liveries they have, that wasn't quite there for me, and I've put it a bit further down the list. Depending on the other liveries, it could have actually been higher. Number 6, I've put the 2018 livery. From here, there's not really much I have to say that's bad about them. It's just simply a matter of preference. I liked how the red and silver worked on this one, but as some people know, it's very similar to the 2020 car. But more on that later of why I prefer the 2020 model. Number 5, I've put the 2016A. As I said earlier, I prefer the shiny cars to the normal gloss cars, and that's what was special about this one. It's a really nice car considering it was the very first car in Formula 1, and I think on the grid it was actually one of the better liveries on the grid that year. Number 4, I have put the 2019B. There isn't actually much different to this to the 2019C, except from the sponsor was taken away for the C, but to me that makes a massive difference, and you will have seen that in the list, as this one, just with a sponsor on it, is already so much more up the list. It actually is a pretty nice car in my opinion. Number 3, I have put the 2020. As I said earlier, and you can probably tell now, there isn't really too much difference to this and the 2018 car. All that's really different is the extra black, but to me that makes the car a lot nicer considering it's only a little amount done to it. At the start of the season when they revealed this car, I actually wasn't much of a fan of it, but as I seen it on track, the more I seen it, I actually did start to really like it, and as after that, it's actually ended up making up into the top 3. Number 2, I've put the 2017A. As I said earlier, the only difference is to change the red on the car to white. But looking at the pictures, you will have realised, to me, the red does make it a lot nicer. I can understand that when they put the white on it, it was to make the words stand out more. But in my opinion, looks are more important, and that's why this car has made it all the way up into my top 2. Number 1, my favourite, is the 2019A. It's quite interesting and controversial this, as the C was my least favourite. But the reason this is my favourite is because whereas with the C and the B the shark fin was gold. This one was just black, and the Rich Energy sponsor took up more of the car. In my opinion, that looked a lot more nicer, and it might be a bit biased because I was a Lotus fan, and this is what it reminded me of when I first seen it. I thought, oh, it's the JPS Lotus. Unfortunately, on track, it was probably the worst car to date, and at least delivery was to make up for it.